Everybody, welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pet Stain Hobbies. We're back with the Enterprise D from Fanhome today, issue 8. Again, I started with a previously partially built model, but by the end of issue 8, I'm going to be into new unopened parts. Oh, thank God. It's so much easier to build this thing with the properly bagged parts versus things I've dismantled over the course of some time. It's a little crazy. It's a little frustrating, depending, because like the Yahoo before me, he glued those escape hatches in. Luckily, they're okay. So, I just got to throw windows in there and follow some other things. So we got stage 27 here. We're not going to be using the book all that much. I'm using the myenterprised.com website from our good friend Todd over at mypartworks.com. I recommend everyone check it out. It's got some great tips and tricks and hints. And so basically, we've got to put 2 escape pod covers in, done. Now we got to put some windows in. And again, I have clear packing tape here. You can't really see it. And I have some black electrical tape. I'm going to break out a little more of my tape collection and get it prepped up for putting in windows. The tape is nice, the clear tape over the clear windows, the black tape over the black windows, holds them into place and blocks light for the black windows, especially. Also, black tape over the escape hatches is our preferred system here. Little tape will cut down on light leaks, and it's well worth your added time. I guarantee you that. You'll have a cooler looking ship at the end. Okay, so let's get started. Be right back, actually. Okay, so we got all our little windows in and whatnot, and we're going to place this right here. We're going to take 1 BM screw after just tapping it into the 3-in-1 oil a little, and we'll get one right in the middle here. We'll get, come back here. Get that one snug down. Then we're going to take our lights, and we are going to test them before we put anything in here. Let's go ahead and connect our power supply leads. And we're going to set our voltage 4.5. Power it on. We're going to plug in our lights. Both of them light up. Perfect. Okay. Turn off your power. Don't want to create a short. And then we've got to tuck. We're going to tuck the red and the blue light into here. There we go. And we're going to tuck the black and yellow light into here. Whoop. Is that in? Okay, good. That's easy enough. And then we're going to put on 5 more BM screws around here. So we'll be right back. There's a lot of 2 steps forward, 1 step back with this thing. But there, our panel's in. I did a light test, and I had a light leak out of one of the black windows because I didn't tape it down properly, and it kind of dislodged a bit and wasn't quite in its hole. But yeah, there we go. That panel's on, and we're going to move on to the next part of... Oh, okay. We're going to get this guy out of the way. Disconnect the power leads, move you over. We're going to get this part here. We got to put this back on here that I took off previously. And I need 5 BM screws, which I only have 1 left in this bag. I'm going to go hunting for BM screws. I got like 2 of those trays of stuff from 2 started builds. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, well that's 27 done. That's screwed down. And we'll see what happens in 28. But yeah, going okay. It's more fun building it out of the new bags, I got to admit. Like rebuilding someone else's model, not as enjoyable as slicing open fresh parts. But we'll be there soon. Be right back. Hello, okay, we're back. Last night we were at a social event, and I have, wedding voice. Like you go to a party and you're chatting, talking to somebody over the loudness of like the DJ or whatever. Yeah, it sounds like I was trying out for the circus and they made me swallow a chainsaw as part of the audition. Ugh. So we got stage 28. This was already done. Like I said, when we get to 30, we'll be on new issues. We're going to take this wire here and we're going to put in this first compartment right underneath where we're going. And we're just anywhere in there is fine for now. And we want to keep it right in the corner, right here. Okay, and then get tabs in and then lay that down. There's room. This stands up off of the skeleton a bit. Let me get my stupid mouse out of the way. And we're going to go in from the rear. Oh, low-hanging fruit. You're always fun. There we go. Oh. Squirty, squirty. Gotta prime our spooger. It's all over me. Ugh, that's what she said. Oh, I'm on a roll. We're gonna flip her over, and with an oiled screw, we're gonna throw a couple of BMs. Oh, Jesus. These jokes just write themselves, people. We're gonna throw a couple of BM screws in the back here. Always be conscious of your work surface when you're flipping over this saucer, because you don't want to scratch that paint. It's going to be very impossible. No, not impossible. There's some people building this that have fantastic painting abilities. I am not one of them. I can paint, but I'm talking like, from scratch, like bare plastic part, primer, paint, weathering. But this is, you don't want to try to touch up somebody else's work. There we go. And there we are. Now, these panels are some of your best chances for light leaks. Well, also there's like a notorious one right in the middle here up front. So we have a couple ways to go about it. One is we could test light this sucker. We could have put some aluminum tape under it. We could have put some of this this black. It's blue tack, but it's black. Uhu Patafix is just a putty, and roll it, and you could squeeze it into the grooves. I've done that. I think over here I put some in. And, I mean, I could already see there's going to be a massive light leak right here. I mean, I could see through it. I'm looking at it. I think if we get the angle right, the camera, maybe yeah, I mean, you could kind of make that out. So on the back of this panel, we want to address that gap. I could see light through here really easily. So it's such an egregious light leak that it's looking like that we have a couple options. We could also use tulip. We could squirt some tulip in here and close her off that way. That's one option. Or I could just bust out. Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad with light leaks. Oh yeah, it's gonna be ugly. So we can get some foil tape in there, but we got to do something. You can see where I already have a bunch of foil tape to block off light leaks. Yeah, I'm going to take this back off now, and I'm going to put some foil tape in here, and I'll show you that when I'm done. I'll be right back. Okay, so you can see I took just thin strips, maybe, yeah, less than a ½ inch, probably 3/8 of an inch wide, and I've shoved them in there, and I want to get this tape up. I want to get that wire under there, and I'm gonna, there we go, get our panel in, and when we flip it over, you can see it's touching on the back of the panel, and our light leak is completely gone now. So we can go back and put our BM screws back in, and I'm gonna do those, and I will be right back with the next part of stage 28. All right, well, that was really it for 28, was that one panel going on. Another part of that I wrote 29 in here, but that's because that's where I took it off. But 29 is this panel. This one was already pretty much done. All I did was I added a little strip of electrical tape right here. Don't cover that LED hole right here, because this is probably going to light up the panel above it. And this looks like an edge panel that looks like it would be appropriate over here or over here. One or the other. We'll get it in there. Let me see where this thing goes. And what am I? I'm not putting it in. Am I not putting it in? Hold on a second here. One moment, please. Let me go through these. Yeah, that one goes. What? I have no idea. Do I have the wrong panel? I don't know. Sometimes this thing doesn't make sense to me. Well, it doesn't. So in the My Enterprise D, it does not say to mount this panel anywhere just yet, but it is going to tell us to take this feller. Now I have two of these because like I said, I had two started models. The first one I got was in. Wow, it was rough. So I'm checking which one of these is the most. Oh God, pardon me. Oof, how rude. I'm sure the Germans will be angry. Left. Let's see which one of these looks better or worse. In either way, you got a bunch of extra wires here. The little red thingy for the formation, or sorry, the navigation lights. Let's see. They both have a paint blemish right there. Not a blemish, just a slight oddity. These both look good. This one hasn't been touched as much, so I think we're gonna use this one. And I'm just gonna get this window panel put into place here, and we're gonna get a couple of lights. Sorry, I'm not in frame. We're gonna get this little window panel in here, and its own windows and reflectors. And we're gonna pop that into there, and then we got to get the green LED. Barely goes in there, and then the red one goes in there, and then we're gonna bend these back a little bit, so we're gonna end up with that. And then I don't need to hunt for screws. I got them right here. I'll just take them off of this one. Take them off of this one here, and I'll transfer them over to this one, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, now that's in, and I just used a piece of electrical tape. They give you sticker with the kit, just some black. It's sort of not quite electrical tape. I just using the electrical tape. It's a little better, a little stickier. We're gonna take our next section, turn her upside down, police that work surface. You don't have to always have like a towel down, but you at least need a smooth, clean work surface. Now, we have a couple of lights that we have to fish through here at this point. So we're going to get this one right in here. So this hole here, this opening here, and then this neck wiring, and then out there, in and out, just like that. And then we got this other one here that we need to fish in this opening, and then right back out of the one in front of it. Like, yeah, just right there. Okay, and we'll do that. There's some really good black and white with color enhanced photos of how this is supposed to go on the My Enterprise D site. And then we're just going to plug them in. Really, it doesn't friggin' matter. As long as they're A sockets, they can go anywhere. So we're just gonna plug one in right. Yeah. I really don't think it matters all that much. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'll plug one of them in. Yeah, that circuit board's getting pretty full. Okay, so we got these lights in. We're plugged into the circuit board. Again, only a few slots left. This one says D. Oh, focus. That one says D. The rest of these say A. And then this one says B. And that is for our photon burrito light, I believe. And obviously, C is our power input. And there's some capacitors, in a bunch of these. So we're going to leave those like that. And then this one goes into D. So this fella goes into D. And then it's going to go on here. So now what we've got to do is we've got to deal with our red nav light situation. And we've got this little guy that you'll get in a bag. I already have one out of the bag. And there's some tomfoolery afoot here. You get a really gnarly light leak right here. So what we're gonna do is, we're supposed to shove this little guy in the hole. Okay, so there's a little hole right here for it. The longer end of it is gonna go down in the hole, and then the light's gonna butt up right next to it. Okay, so I painted my bulb red with a Sharpie marker just to make it a little more red. But what we need to do is light block the hell out of it. So I'm going to show you what I do with some electrical tape. It's the same thing. You can see it on Todd's website. And this is what he did to get rid of the light leak. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Good pictures on Todd's website, but I wrapped electrical tape around the clear center barrel of that red little light pipe, wrapped it around the LED, and then I ran a belt around the LED to tighten that thing in. So once you get that in, and you get that pushed in to its little home, okay, then we can place this part, offer this up, so to speak, to the model. Wait a second, we can't plug anything into those outlets now if we have this part in place. What the hell? Hold on a second. The wiring plugged in the PC may need to be pushed down and back to get this panel to fit flush. Top of the docking. Am I missing something here? How do I get... Because there's, if I put this on, there's still a few ports on the PCB that are, open. And, there's no way in hell I can get things in there. I think I'm going to move things to the front of the PCB so I have access to these right here. I'm going to make sure they're all A sockets, but I'm going to move those around so that if I do need to plug anything, I know I need to plug things in. There's probably 2 more wires that have to come in from this side for over here. So, interesting. Okay, I got to figure this out for a minute. All right, well, we've got our wires moved around. So now I have access to those 3. And we could, oh, for God's sake. Sorry, I got alarms going off here. So we have access to those 3 plugs with this panel in place. It was 2 AP screws at the back, 3 BM screws plus 3-in-1 oil up here. And she's together. And you can see where you would get that light leak is right there. Right there. Right in that area. If we still have light leaking out of here when we're done, I will go in and, if I need to, take alternative measures. So let's just say that. But there shouldn't be any light leaks. If you put tape in the right places, you can have a leak-free Enterprise D. Hey, that rhymed. Oh dear God, there we go again. All right. That being said, we got this panel done. We got this thing. We got this piece on here. So that's it with I think that's it with 29. 29 is done. Yay! On to 30 and a milestone here. Ah, the first pack of minty fresh parts from whenever, Eagle Moss days, I guess. These parts have been sitting around in someone's basement for a couple of years, potentially. Who knows how long. Luckily, they aged rather well, like a fine bottle of wine. I'm gonna take out that panel. That is a lot of little window openings. And they're a little, well, okay. They're mostly straight. Whoa, hello. Okay, there we go. Got everything out. Got a bunch of sprues with windows on them. So that's that. We got some BP screws. We'll add those to the collection. And then we have this panel right here. And that. And one wire with 2 lights. So let's get crack-a-lackin' on this part. And I'm just gonna load this panel up with windows and tape them down and do my thing that I normally do just to hold them in place, and we'll be back momentarily. It will be a long time for me, but not for you. There we go. All right, well, all of our windows are in. Our black ones are electrical tape down, and our clear ones are clear packing tape down. And if you notice, I did do a little coloring with some Sharpies just to give some visual, variety. And we've got the white and yellow LED pushed into its little spot. We've got a strip of black electrical tape on there. And we are just going to put this down on the part. Make sure our LED wire clears. And then I'm going to throw in a few BP screws real quickly. And that will be it for stage 30. We're not going to be bolting these to the saucer skeleton in stage 30. I assume that will come at a later stage. Do not over tighten these screws. I just over tightened one. Like, use a tinier screwdriver maybe. Like, twist, like the lightest amount of force you can. And then once you feel a little resistance, you're done. Stop. That's it. You just have to hold it in place. That's really it. You don't want to over tighten these things. There we go. Look at that. See how that little Sharpie? Well, look at that. It's going to give a nice little nice little effect going on. Assuming this is a rim section. Yeah, this is probably an outer rim section. I mean, clearly I'm not sure if it's supposed to go next to this one or not. But yeah, there we go. So we've got this one from the previous stage. We've got this from 30, this from 30. We're done. That is it for issue number 8. All done. Okay, go down below, click the links to Fanhome. If you want to find the tools and things and supplies and stuff, this thing and my nippers and my power supply and these scissors and these tweezers and this hobby knife and these screwdrivers, it's all in my Amazon store now. These magnifiers, all that stuff. I made a little link. It just like collects everything. I might get a few cents out of it, but either way, like, subscribe, comment, email me. Stickers are always available for my loyal viewers and even my not loyal viewers. 80% of you don't subscribe. Subscribe, like, subscribe, get a sticker. All right, well, that's enough of me. Thank you so much for coming. We'll beam you up next time when we get back on this part work, but I've got a lot of parts of it and more on the way. So there's going to be no pauses. This thing every week, I think, is going to get a video. So keep checking back. Thanks for watching. Adios, everybody.